live right now on Riverside. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Awakening Truths Make Up Your Power podcast. Welcome. My co host Tina is coming on, and we are live.
All right, so let's show everybody how technically challenged I am. Can you hear me?
Absolutely. Yep.
Can you see
I
me?
can't see you, though. No. I gotta move my mic.
Just start talking. We'll figure it out.
Well,
Fucking
that's the
thing.
fun about us doing this. All right. I'm seeing if doing the scooter off on here. Okay, that should help with the kickback. Yes, we are live. We should be live on YouTube right now. Echoing. Guys, how do I stop the echo? Welcome in, welcome in.
Well, I'm trying to figure out how to get on camera, but figure it out.
Well,
So, what do we?
so
What's your plan, bitch? It's past my bedtime.
for us to have a conversation, we're having a conversation today from 8 to 9 o'clock for 30 days. That is the goal, and the goal is to just be raw and real with it. 8 to 9 was a little later than I was expecting, to be fair.
Well, yeah, it's a little late for me too. So let's get the show on the road.
Well, what do you want to start with talking about first? I want to help the echo go out, though. How's that? Is that better?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. I'm still echoing on it.
All right. We got a couple people who've joined. Just bear with us.
Yep,
We
we're
are
inviting that
we
you
are
can join
challenged.
in. We're just starting it in raw. We don't even know if we're technically live on YouTube right now, but we are live. What? Okay, good, perfect. We are live on YouTube as well. I wish I was able to see on there. So if I can't see you guys in comments over there, my apologies. This is day one. So, to be real with you, day one is going to be interesting. Welcome in, Awakening Truths, Make Up Your Power podcast. We decided to do 30 days live from 8 to 9 p.m. So, if you guys catch the live, awesome. Comment down below at what time you catch it and at what point you either stopped listening or found out a cool little nugget that you want to drop below. We welcome it. Tina's my co-host. I originally started this podcast on my own a few years back, and now we're here to talk about some shit. Um, they're called taboo things or things that make people uncomfortable. We like to talk about it here. Earlier today, we were talking to a possible third co-host that'll be coming on, Vivian, and talk about some interesting conversations. So one of the parts of our conversations were about groovy grass, right, T? We were talking about groovy grass and how Tina, I think that if she partook in groovy grass, that any medication she's on, she probably wouldn't be on. But groovy grass, because groovy
Listen,
grass is so
let's
grounding.
clarify something. What's the difference between groovy grass and pop?
Oh no, that's the same. That's
It's
the
the
same.
same, right?
Yes.
See, this is where we educate the elder.
Oh yeah, but come on, yes, groovy grass. That is what we're talking. We're talking marijuana, marijuana. Yes, and how it can get used as a tool, and that it's not a gateway, and that what society deems are gateway things are what society created for people to get attached to. Really, Tina,
So, could we
go
just
ahead.
could we just bear with me and my ADHD?
Yes, please.
There's a pink moon tonight, right?
Yes, Libra full moon is happening tonight. It is.
So, pink moons have there's reasoning behind it.
Yeah. What did you find out about the pink moon of it?
Well, when I look up in the sky and I just see the white moon, I'm like, yep, that's not pink, so we're good. But help me understand. Isn't this the time where things start to come out. Like there's more truth. Like there might be calmness, chaos in your life. Like
Hmm.
walk me through it because this week's only Wednesday, and I feel like I'm on the verge of killing people.
I like to call it the economic and spiritual collapse. Like, really, the old way is completely collapsing, which involves relationships that do not create balance within your life. Is very much coming to. We're at a great moment, and we don't even have to put ourselves in it too. Karma is a bitch, and it is happening in real time, everybody, in real time. And you don't even got to be a part of it, bro. It's just going to happen. So sit back and enjoy the Libra full moon. If there's parts of yourself that you created imbalances in relationships and control, well, then there's going to be a little bit of pie you're going to be eating there. Might not be the best. A little crow you might have to eat, we were told once in our lives.
So I think what I find interesting is we're in the season of, well, we've gotten past the shedding of the snake, correct? And so when you think about the pink moon and you think about my soul, I'm just tired. How how could we link that pink moon to the fact that we just came out of the snake year and going into the horse year, the year of the horse,
Liberation.
liberation?
Yep, because with the pink moon, that's what's really kind of happening is things are just coming to a head. We've got the forward movement with Aries. All planets are a go for the month of April. So anything that you're really wanting to invest in, you're completely supported in it. But anything that is preventing that from blocking that to happen for you is going to come up for it to be released. Usually stemming from something inner child type wise, it's got to get brought up to the surface. Mine was with identity, so it also depends on in your chart where things kind of show up for this energy. But it's definitely the full like energy. We're breaking out of systems that mean we have to trust more in ourselves and our intuition than what we're seeing in the public eye. I mean, everybody here, nobody is missing the chaos that is playing out in the public eye right now.
Well, it's just interesting because the last week and a half, playing up into this week, there's been a lot of having to face your truths,
Hmm.
having lack of patience of being intolerant, like that's big. Um, and kind of just that awakening, like, or reckoning, however you want to put it. So I just thought it was interesting in the timing from March, what was it, March 17th of the transition of this that's St. Patrick's Day. I haven't even had a drink, guys, and groovy grass and I'm good. February was the shedding of the snake into the
Chinese New Year. Yep, exactly.
to the horse. Yeah. So when I looked at the pink moon and I was trying to understand it more, I was like, it's just coincidental that right after that transition, the pink moon
Yep,
sets
so you
in.
got like that starter kind of ending, beginning energy, and now you've got more of like the softer balancing because pink is very much like rose quartz, which I surround myself with. And we got the Venus energy playing into Taurus, that's going into Taurus. So we got beautiful energy supporting us right now, almost like holding you while you're kind of weathering the end of the storm because it's time to like hit the ground running and we're not dragging shit with us. Like it's gonna kick off of our shoes like shit.
It's gonna kick off of our shoes like shit. I like that. Did you just come up with
I
that?
mean, I mean, kinda. That's because I can just see nothing but forward movement. And really, it's in the identity of what just naturally excites you, which is scary because you're doing it in a way of not thinking financially first. Does that make sense? So the changes that we're making are so internal that it's now got to shift into the physical. Does that make sense?
Yeah. No, I get it. It's it's just interesting and curious as to anyone who's logged on if they felt a shift over the last couple months and that energy and if it's been something more of a push than a pull. Are you moving with that change, or are you just still trying to figure out what the fuck just happened?
Right. Slow and stall and pause. And because the pause is kind of over now. So we're kind of shifting out of that pause into the movement. But yeah, that's a good point. And like, how is it impacting you? Because collectively and individually, everybody's feeling the impact. But it's about how you're feeling it. Are you feeling it in a way of fear and control and doomsday? Or are you kind of looking at it from a state of how I want to shift out of that energy and pull my energy back and create and be more of a peaceful place within yourself rather than being so, going more into observation of what's going on rather than getting pulled and sucked in by it, the distortions. That makes sense?
Yeah, so we talked a little bit this afternoon with a very unique individual that I happened to meet through a class. She brings a lot of energy, a lot of knowledge, a lot of excitement. I do look forward to having her join us, but I I know, Nicole, you had some thoughts that you kind of wanted to talk about. I want to make sure I don't steal a spotlight since I've had some caffeine.
Me too. Let me go to my little list that I put
Hi,
together.
Uriah.
Um, oh my bud, he's so good. So yes, we talked about quite a few things, and we like to talk about the taboo here. And one of the things that we wanted to cover, since we brought up Uriah, was the 12-year prison, I mean school systems. And that these school systems are literally created to educate the same thing that AI and robots can do. So that how the school system is not teaching the kids a damn thing because what the kids need to be learning is how to work with the earth. Money was created by man for control, but the reality of it is that we're the only humans on this planet or beings on this planet that pay to fucking live here. I mean, let's be real. So that's what our kids should be learning, but instead they're being taught how to do robotic work. So then when they get out of the school system and then they're not needed even there, then they have AI and robots take over, and then these kids are left with what do? They got no tools on how to take care of themselves. So what does that lead into? Needing more from them. We need more assistance, more help, support, and really it's just draining the life force. And with the energy we're going into, it no longer is going to work. So if that's what you meant, that's kind of where I took it because I feel very passionate about the school prison system.
Well, so let's just take it a step further and stick with the AI side of things.
Yep.
So AI is coming in hot heavy into the workforce too. So
Of Aquarius.
yep. So people are really starting to get nervous about what does that look like for me, and am I going to have a job? And we need to be coming at it from a perspective of how is it going to help us
Mm-hmm.
versus be afraid of it. I have been using AI a lot lately, and I actually find it to be an awesome resource.
Mm-hmm.
But I can also see where it could become a threat.
Oh,
Um,
absolutely. And you don't want it to take away from you being a creator, right? Because if you're having this technology do everything for you, then it's losing the authentic substance of what we're meant to do, which is create, right? Not consume. And that's another thing with the school system. Like, let's take writing and books out and just give them a computer and a screen. Now, don't get me wrong, during COVID, that's when the blast happened. When everybody was forced to get their shots, which not everybody was, that's when I just left corporate America because what the hell are you going to tell me to go get that and I'm going to listen? No, it's not going to happen. So, anyways, we'll jump back to the point that it became easy when they were doing online school. And
yeah.
when they were doing the online school, it's like it became easy for me to be like, oh yeah, that's what you should be doing, this, that, and the other. So I got lazy and into my own. And it became a babysitter at times. I'll be real. The games, it was like you had money if the kids had a PS4 or whatever, and now it's like, no. How dumb is it that you can't play on the same console with somebody that's sitting right next to you? You got to have your own.
Nicole's making such a point. She's echoing, so I love it.
Right. To make sure
Uh,
everybody hears it.
we just want to make sure the message gets out there. But seriously, we're here. We're here to talk about all things jagged, maybe. So um,
Unfiltered,
I
true.
see. Yep, I see some folks in the chat. Would love to see if there's any comments or anything. Oh, I think we
Absolutely.
do.
Like, what are your thoughts on the school prison system? I mean, or AI even, like what we were talking about as a tool versus it kind of running the show, and how do you find the balance between them? And if you guys end up listening after or catching it live, please feel free to comment down below. We're live on YouTube as well as TikTok. Let's just join the conversation.
Oh, is Vivian on?
I don't know. I can't see the comments in YouTube.
I think Vivian has joined.
Where? On TikTok or on YouTube? Because if she's on YouTube, then oh man, I wish. Can you see the comments? If so, then you keep track of the comment section because I can't see it, and I'll keep track of the TikTok one.
So I'm picking Vivian up on Riverside.
Nice. Okay, so that means that you can see it in. Oh wait, it shows a third person. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. See, that's my dad all day long with the just singing nonstop and everything that we do. I don't
He's
understand.
just in chat. Okay.
Okay. Well, welcome in, Vivian. This is going to be our kind of like our shadow host that you see in our new photos. Which again, AI is a beautiful tool. You know what I mean?
Oh, I come up as Nicole.
I told you to if you could. Oh, maybe on my end I got to change that.
That's
Hold on.
hysterical. I don't want to
Oh
be
wait, yep.
Nicole.
Hold on. I got you. I got you. I could fix it.
Um,
I can even put a little thing underneath too if you wanted. Did it do it?
this should be a podcast on how not to be a shit show.
No, no, no. That's part of the podcast is that it's raw. You know what I mean? It's unfiltered. It's supposed to be like this because this is authentic tea. This is what I'm saying about it
It was
being
a
authentic.
joke. I was being fresh.
I know, but you know that I'm always going to come back as the hippie self because that's what I do, bro.
Oh, bro, don't use that bro with me.
I got boys.
Bro.
I can't help it. I can't help it. But so we were talking. Let's jump back to. We were talking about the school prison system, and then we were talking about. And this was stuff that was coming up to me in my Epsom salt bath. So you know, you're this. Yeah, yeah. This is awakening truths. Make up your power, and this is really my truth. Like this is the shit that comes up with intention. There was a time in my life when I thought that medicating myself and eating terrible and just like watching really we'll say like I don't want to too much drama TV because I don't want to get in trouble for pointing out directly because I still got an underlayer love for it. But to now where I've got like high vibrant, high frequency music in the background. You know what I mean? I got candles lit all the time. I got altars all over the place. I got a friggin' aerial swing that swings at my dead parents on the wall. I do Epsom salt baths. And we, and we, and this is what this is for. See, the fact that you just dropped your face down was the best thing ever.
Well, dead parents just seemed a little.
It's
Took me
Scorpio.
back for a minute.
It was Scorpio. Yeah, they're
I
right there. They're up
yeah
there.
I know I know it just shocked me. So while Nicole's listening to her kumbaya music, I was logged on earlier to Shabuzi listening to his music because between him and Jelly Roll, I totally get therapeutic meaning from their words and their
I'm getting in
songs.
trouble for sharing my thoughts on good old Gel Bell right now. Nope, not doing it.
Keep it
Not.
to yourself. I don't
Yep.
want to hear it.
Yep. It's a bummer. It's a bummer.
Well, good. I
It's
like
all
them.
on the
So
eyes, man. But that's where I'll leave it. Because I'm
leave
not
it
trying
there.
to get a
Leave it
whole
in the
full
Epsom salt
relationship.
bath. Put it on the shelf with your parents. I don't care.
I'm not
I don't want
putting
to
that
hear
on
it.
my shelf. Hell no. He is not going on my altar. Not a chance.
No, it just, all right.
I'm trying to put, I'm just messing with you. This is okay. So what we,
I'm, I would say put all your feelings aside for the man. If you've ever listened to his music, it's actually some of the most powerful words that have gotten me to be more focused and find some inner strength.
I can say that my husband would probably completely agree with you because with his time that he
Good,
did
get him, put
listening,
him on.
he's right behind, he's listening in the other room.
Yeah,
But
put him on.
when he did his time and stuff, he related a lot to Jelly Roll with the prison system. And when I was even doing stuff with the prison system, I felt very similar. But then there's times when, like when you made that comment, what was that comment that you made when you felt like you got to a certain level at your job that you checked at the door?
Oh, I said I was checking my soul at the door.
That's something that just I wonder about if that happened at some point in time.
Well, if the man is listening, JR, I'm a big fan. Oh, like, just let me know when you're gonna be around.
I was a huge fan of the music. Absolutely, I'm still a huge fan of the music because I do think that he has helped open up so many people that have been at some really shit places, really step into their power and realize that everybody makes mistakes. Everybody can become something better from those mistakes. So that's where I speak highly, and that's all I'm gonna say in regards to that. I just think that there's always more that can be said when you have that much spotlight that you could use to really help a lot of people. That's all I mean. That's the only thing that I have to say about it. Like, and I don't mean anything bad in saying that because for a long time with the prison system stuff like that, it was beautiful. And then there were other times where there wasn't things being said that could have been said to speak up for people. So I always believe in using your platform as much as you can to try to speak up for those who don't have a voice.
Vivian, you have any thoughts in the chat you want to drop in? Because I'm about to look for my music on my computer right now to.
Let's see. What else? I had other notes on here too.
Yeah, you come with notes. You told me just come and
No,
let
I
it
meant
flow.
outline of what reference points of what we talked about earlier today to remember is what I meant, you nerd. I think those were it. The points that I wanted to bring up on here. Welcome in everybody. Welcome through. If you guys are joining us, this is day one. Authentically, day one. And it's 23 minutes in, and we're going to make it 8 to 9 o'clock. Because that's what we're here to do. So if you guys are in the chat, if you guys want to join the conversation, we would love to have you. I usually have done the lives where I would pull cards for people. So it's interesting, this is my first time going live and not doing that.
You want to play cards?
No, like I would pull cards for people. Tarot cards?
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
It,
People like a good card tarot. Yeah, they do. What?
so, Nicole, let's start talking about something that's gonna piss people off. You don't.
Personal?
You usually have something at the top of your tongue.
Well, that's why I just asked. Did you mean personally or because I mean, you're no matter what in this world, you're always gonna be a villain in somebody's story. So you might as well just walk in the faith that if you are walking in intention and authentically being you and whatever gives you the most joy in your heart that can somehow shape the world to be a little bit better, fucking do it, bro. Do it. Like, just go for it. That's really what I speak on. That's really what I want this podcast to be about, and that's why we wanted to go live. And to be honest, I'm going to completely share this because they're badass. But the Giggly Squad was total motivation, especially with one of them being a Scorpio. Not exactly sure what the other one is. She kind of comes off like a Capricorn, but yeah, she gives me like that structure, kind of like how she's so straightforward with her humor. I friggin' love it. It's just so raw. I'm a big fan. So they did 3 months every day. They did an hour and they did it live stream. So I go, you know what, T? Let's do 30 days. Because, hey, I don't want to push the bar too far because I'm very much Scorpio, Pisces, Aquarius. So I want to make sure that I can stay with it. So we're doing 30 days, and that's what we're here for. And you know how they got to where they're at? Just by shooting the shit. Being honest, being real about what's going on in the big world, what's going on in the personal world. And that's all I wanted to do this for. And Tina said, you know what?
No, Tina didn't say you know what. Tina said WTF.
No, that's for Monday. I'm just
30 days is a long time, Nicole.
yeah.
And
Start
I
the
go to
podcast
bed.
forever.
It's kind of convenient that when we wanted to do something at 8 o'clock, you weren't available.
I was so waiting for this moment. Yeah. I
Yeah.
originally said 7 to be fair.
Yeah, but I'm not
Because
gonna.
we're
I'm
getting
not.
in the summertime, so we're getting out of hibernation period time, so it's getting darker later. And I went to the 8 to 9 because Vivian was able to hop on through at that point in time.
Yeah, but she's. That's that's not what this is about. This is about you not being able to stay up past 8 o'clock in general, and now I need to stay up past 8 o'clock for 30 fucking days.
Yeah, because
Hmm.
you guys motivated me to want to do something
You're
different.
so full of shit.
See, so you really got to take T that you and Heather really opened me up to this
Yeah.
experience of being like, you know what?
Well,
Maybe the end of the day Nicole is a little less hyped up than the early morning Nicole to go live.
I'm gonna talk to Heather tomorrow about shutting you down. I don't like this
Okay.
vibrant night owl you think you are.
I'm a rebel. I'm a rebel. Rebel, 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 rebel.
So, how much did you smoke before you joined?
Oh my god, it almost sounded like before you joined. Oh, my hubs took it. Just a couple puff buffs.
That's good. I'm drinking coffee. You're smoking weed. This is great.
Oh, no, no. You want to know what's great? Coffin coffee. That's what
What?
it's called. It's a coffin coffee.
Oh,
What? You never heard of a coffin coffee?
and I didn't even know you could drink it until this morning. This is how naive I am.
So let's talk a little bit more about that, Tina.
Well, I'm laughing because Vivian had made a comment about comparing the
Newer age of smoke and groovy grass.
oh the that school is
Desensitization.
kind of like a prison system. It's preparation for the workforce, aka modern day slavery, and I just kind of chuckled because this day and age it's all about survival, no matter where you are.
But we're supposed to be coming out of that because of the age of Aquarius.
Yeah, well, we haven't gotten there yet because people are still surviving.
Well, that's the point, though. Everybody's at a breaking point of survival to where the combustion happens, and it happens in a way that unfortunately needs to happen, and it hits the financial, the wealth system. You're in a
Oh.
chat I can't see. It's not fair.
Vivian just said she got a whiff of my energy and now she can wake up.
Because of the coffee.
Oh God, she's got a great sense of humor. Vivian, I really look forward to when you can join us in this conversation because I don't think I'll be able to keep up. Period. once you're into the out of the chat and on screen.
Okay,
Um,
great.
all right, so s- let's just be real. Be raw. What's going on in the world today? It's really bothering you. Besides the
Me.
school system, yeah.
Okay. What's really bothering me? Okay, it's not that what bothers me is that if I wouldn't go to jail, my kid wouldn't even go to school. That's what it is. Because by the time my son gets home, he's expected to what? Now learn about how to actually do life? No. The kid wants to come home and fucking do nothing. Which, what do you expect after 8 hours of telling him to go sit somewhere where the teachers can't even teach what they genuinely really want to because they're directed to only do a curriculum that is structured to keep them non self reliant. I mean, that's about as true and direct as I can be on it. And I tell my son every day. And at this point in time, if the kid did enjoy the sport like he does, kid wouldn't go because you're supposed to be, children weren't supposed to be rushed out of the home, right? We weren't supposed to create a family to just say, all right, Deuce is at 18. You want to know what created that? The system. The system that wanted 8 different financial households. They wanted to make sure that there was more people working, more people spending to load up the pockets of the select few. Am I wrong?
No,
I'd
but
love to know if I'm wrong because I know I'm not.
I don't really want to talk about the school system.
Yeah, but
I
it's
want
all
to.
of it. It's all interconnected. It's not, the school system is just, it's no different than the prison system. Why do we got a prison system that can friggin' put me in jail for not having a friggin' dog tag? But yet you've got a president that has been caught hurting women and children. Like, make that shit make sense, but there's not even like, we're not in jail or nothing. And we're supposed to admit that that makes sense? No, that's what people are being woken up to today. The system was created corrupt to keep people down, to be controlled, so that way there was a select few that can make out. And for a long time, because we had things made easy for us, we agreed to it. We allowed it to happen.
But really, do you really want to talk about that now?
I mean, what do you want to talk about? You asked me, you tell me, do
I
what do you want
asked
to
you
talk
other
about
than the school
government wise?
system. I asked you other than the school system. What
Well, they
else is
all
going
go
on in
hand
the
in
world?
hand because these poor kids, oh, the school system, you know that, you know those photos you used to get taken when you were in school? The friggin' the yearbook photos?
Yes, I'm aware of a yearbook photo.
Okay, are you aware of who was taking the yearbook photos? Are you aware who was taking the yearbook photos? The company was in the Epstein files? Nobody finds that a coincidence?
Oh, come on, I'm not going down this fucking path. It's 8:40 at night.
Okay, but it's the truth and it's 8:35. Okay?
So, listen, I don't know what fucking photographer you're talking about, but
Life Touch Photography, I think it was called,
that's not who did my
or something.
yeah. Um,
Hey, beautiful soul, welcome in. We're doing a little bit different today. Self-made girl. Oh man, awakening truths. We're talking about some serious stuff. I'm glad that you're joining in. Comment down below. How are you doing? How are you feeling with the shift in energy that is happening? Because we're talking about the whole system and how everybody collectively is starting to see where, oh, I miss your face too, girl. But we're really trying to talk about like what is showing up in everybody's world of us seeing it for what it really is. You know what I mean? That flip that's happening.
who's self-made that
Oh my
you're
God. So it's somebody that I met at a store. She was working and I bet your life is completely different. I pulled some cards for her and stuff because like I said, I used to do lives and I would pull cards.
girl, my life's completely different since she's been back in it.
Talk more about that. Can you hear what Tina just said? Let's hear more about that. I hear that often.
Well, I just feel if we're gonna sit here and talk about something, I wanna have a good laugh over it. So,
Oh, the good laugh is that it's all getting flipped and seen for what it is. I mean, that's a hell of a time. Hey, thank you. Thank you for the heart. And the roses. Thank you, girl. The
is
good
this
laugh is that conversations like this are going to invite um, us to be able to move forward. You know what I mean? And not get mentally controlled by it anymore. Observing, not absorbing it. And we can't become observers if we're absorbing all of the negative, the shame, the guilt that's behind it and retaining it and not understanding it to transmute it to, you know what I mean, break free of it. Because it's all an internal playing out externally right now. So recalibrating the internal is going to create that shift. Look, see? The star card. Right there. That's like wish fulfillment, guys. See, she's looking down at her phone, but the star card. And
no,
that's got to
I'm on
happen.
TikTok on the phone over here and looking at the screen over here. Bear with me.
Oh, heck yeah. I get confused.
So, self-made must have a real name, but we'll just call her self-made because I actually love it. So, self-made, tell me, how'd she change your life?
Or her life has changed since we last spoke. I mean, I wasn't surprised. I told her about Creole Connection. Have you connected with that ancestor yet? Ooh, the Fool card again. Look at it. This card's been playing out so much for me today, guys. And if it's playing out for me, it's playing out for all of y'all. The Fool card. That is literally back at the ledge. Trusting. Loyalty in the divine. Trusting that it's all unfolding. But you got to take a disciplined leap. Chase the spark. The energy right now is chasing the spark. Especially for this month. Because with discipline and consistent action, again, why we're doing this 30 days, maybe you guys want to do a 30 days on something. My 30 days is this. My dad passed away in November, and his birthday is on the 30th. So I feel like doing something like this is very honorable. I'm excited about it.
So, how would you honor your father
You
through
mean
this
let the
process?
job go? Honoring my father. You want to know how I'm honoring my dad? By showing up unapologetically me. Even down to changing our logo for the podcast, like that was huge for me. To show up with my groovy grass, to show up with my tarot, my dog, how I look every day, you know what I mean, was big for me because I've always had parts of me that I felt like that inner kid, you know, you want to yearn for that acceptance in a way, and it's like, no, you got to find yourself. I told you was going to lose, well, not lose, but that you had to let that job go, so what are you doing now? And it's okay if you, it's not that you, spirituality is always up on the shelf, just waiting for you to open the book back up, girl. See?
Sounds like she left a job. I had to let it go. Is that what
Yep,
I just read?
yep. You discover yourself through spirituality, however that looks. When are we going to New Orleans? I love it, see? I love it. How fun. I'm so glad that you came back around on here. That's great. Yeah, I used to have a lot of people when I would go live that I would just put that out, you know, pop a card. Um, and then if they wanted to go a little bit deeper and it would be live, then they could like Venmo a few bucks and then I'd do a few cards or something like that. But I had some people on here that I always get curious to see what's happened since the last time, too. Yes, I said New Orleans. Why? Why? What did I just hit right there? Do you see what she just put? The lovers. My dad's loving this.
Well, if you're gonna throw up shit, could you tell us what the card means?
Yes, the lover's card. So there's a union here. You're going in May to New Orleans? And you left that job. What did we talk about before? See, I'm so sorry. I just got very excited, Sienna. But the moment I met her in freaking Sally's or whatever it was, are you going with
The lover or the fool?
no the lovers? The fool is the new beginning that is created by trusting. That trust
Oh,
in
that's right.
self.
You already said all that. I need a course on tarot
You're,
cards.
you're no, no. That's how you learn. I mean, it's okay. I just love that you just said that you're going to May. I freaking love this Creole. That's gonna be what connects you to your ancestry. I'm all excited now. She'll pop it back on in there. I love it.
Do you want up for challenging Nicole on her spirituality slash tarot cards over there?
Challenge.
Challenge, yeah.
I always look at it as
This is a 30-day challenge, right?
right. But when it comes to energy, you always got to have a clear flow. If you have any kind of malicious intent or try to want to do
No.
trickery, then you know what I mean? So that's what we and I say with the challenge.
Yep. Nope. It's just part of the challenge.
She's going for a family reunion to New Orleans. Oh my God. I love it. I told her way back when we had our little time. Or you know what? I'll let you share. Share we had talked about like a year, months, because I had my surgery literally 1 year ago. Yes, a couple days ago when I had my foot surgery. I went down a journey, man, and by the end of it, I lost my dad, so I was on a path. But um, coming back on this live, I mean, it's the first time I've done it since probably the last time she was on. So this is kind of a full circle moment. So it would have been about a year ago that we had talked about it. Welcome in, beautiful souls. Welcome in. We're just having truthful conversation about taboos, spirituality, I mean, tarot, all of it. YT, do you got a question?
No. Nope.
That was high priestess.
Nope.
So what would you like, what's troubling you that you would like to talk about that brings laughter to crazy ass situations?
That brings laughter.
Hmm. Well, I mean, because if you think about it, anything that we go through, we got to find, in order to find the peace, you got to find some kind of,
I yeah. I think I'm trying to find humor in what's very difficult to find humor in is the divide and um I'll just keep the divide with this country. It's just that feeling. It's a not so proud moment. We were in it was Home Goods. We were with my aunt and they had all these cute little figurines with the USA. Um so I had said, "Do you want to get some of these for your little hut at the beach club or for 4th of July?" And she goes, "Oh, fuck that! I'm changing my citizenship." And I just hit me, and I just started to laugh because it's true. It's like you walk by things, and you're just like, "Geez, I don't even know if I want to be part of this country right now." Vivian's coming in with let asking me to tell you that we don't lose people, we gain them. They become our spirit guides. So she's going. I think she's going back to the conversation with you about losing your father.
oh yeah, my dad, oh my God, dude, yeah, I've embodied my father. Even when with losing my father, I also learned how to grieve my mother, which is actually what brought me and Tina back around to each other. Um, because I ended up learning that I never grieved due to the experiences that I had. I grew up in an emotionally unsafe environment. So, and I lost her at about 7. So it was definitely a journey, but it was kind of like in that journey, when I lost my dad, I felt like the identity crisis that happened was my father embodied me with stop giving a shit. Stop trying to present yourself in such a way for people's approval. And that was kind of big for me because at my father's funeral, I grew up in this house where they were very much anti my dad, right? And with being anti my dad and me trying to want to have a relationship with my father, it created a lot of turmoil in the home and a lot of kind of confusion and restriction and a battle to where I got my dad in moments, right? But in the moments that I got my dad, I was able to. I wasn't putting on any. I wasn't trying to earn his love, and I bet we could all relate where we've felt like we've had to, or we thought we had to earn. And I think as a society, we're at a place where it's like, no, the fuck, we don't. Like, you either respect who I am and what I'm about, or you don't, and that's okay. And I think on the division level, though, to kind of bring this all the way around, is that the division is within us. And when we can kind of bring that unity together within us, I can say it is very spiritual, meaning the balancing the masculine and the feminine energy, being more about community, trusting our inner selves, grounding ourselves, being honest about where the hell we're showing up and not showing up in our own lives. That's kind of creating that internal battle. Because the more authentic that we live, guys, the more um, life unfolds a little easier, a little better, a little more positive, no matter what we are observing out there. It's
Well,
kind of
and
like facing it and to heal it, to empower to move forward is what
well,
I think everybody's experiencing.
I think what people need to understand too that haven't really been challenged with grief is that grief is a very heavy emotion to carry, but it doesn't have to be
Yeah.
because that that soul that was inside that vessel isn't gone. The vessel, which is the body, is yes. You're not physically seeing these people anymore, but they're still there. It's still around you.
Energy
Um,
never leaves. We are
yeah.
all
So I
energy.
think that if you're going through grief right now and or you're dealing with something that's heavy, I challenge you to think about spirituality. Um,
Yeah. I
I've
think
been
everybody as
using
a collective is grieving.
yeah, I've been using a phrase that the universe will whisper until it has to scream because it's sending you messages daily
Yep.
on what your path is and where you should be and what you should be doing. And the more you ignore it, you get like this total breakdown until you can turn chaos into something that's so much more positive and meant for you.
Being the
Um,
peace in the chaos.
yep.
You can't have world peace until you have inner peace. And that's where, and that brings me to something because I have a dear friend who is in a space right now where there's a lot of resentment and anger that she's going through. And over the weekend, they were having the protest. Now, I've been for protests. I've done the No Kings before. I've done the Black Lives Matter. I've done protests for my husband. Like, I don't mind getting out there, getting on the ground and getting running. I don't. But what's changed, and this is where I also wonder, challenge, and I'm curious with the audience too, is that what shifted within me is that I don't want to be angry with you anymore. You get what I'm saying? Because for me, I know that I needed to shift out of anger. In order for me to shift out of anger, I had to actively make micro and macro changes to get my power back. And what I've been experiencing in my own journey is that anything that I was leaving unresolved is where I was allowing what's happening on a global level to impact me internally. Does that make sense? And what I was trying to do was shift out of that to empower. And I think that that's where collectively a lot of people are like, this is looking very different on the outside. This has always been there. It's just now being brought to the forefront because of the age of Aquarius, because the light bulb that energetically keeps going on to trigger these mass awakenings and shifts. This is a spiritual sense, is an energetic sense. It doesn't matter what your belief system is. Energy is energy. Thanks, preach. I will. Thank you. Love you.
She'll preach. Um, Listen, I think, we're getting close to the 9 o'clock mark. I would love for those who have joined us tonight, if possible, to come back tomorrow. I would, I like to try to do some trauma bonding. I think it would be interesting to see how we as human beings deal with the ups and downs of the emotions and the boundaries, and not just around losing a person because they're they've died or they've passed, but in general it could be identity shifting. It could just be the loss of um I think we were talking a little bit with self-made about her loss of her job and making a transition, and like I think there's a way to start to talk about the people you outgrow when you start telling your truth.
Yes. And the people that start coming into your life that help you shift even higher in that frequency, vibration, and yeah, out of that, the guilt, the shame, the pain, because guys, none of us can escape it. Not a
Right.
single person on this earth was ever meant to escape pain, because they lie on the same spectrum. Love and hate lie on the same spectrum. We can say hate is all the way over here, love, the truest, most unconditional, is right here. We want to be somewhere in the middle, and by what I say in the middle is loving with boundaries, is self care, it's self protection, it's self preservation. Love without boundaries is reckless. So when we want to come into the middle of things, that's why we're seeing such extremes happening on a global level. Some people call that spiritual warfare. I just call it the union of duality. And in order to have union within the world, you have to have it within yourself.
Well, it's part of that what we talked about earlier, the awakening, right? Like you don't it's not that you're outgrowing the people around you, you're outgrowing the version of you that was involved in those relationships. So I think there's a lot of light to shed on what people are feeling as they're going through these emotions and these changes. I beg to differ. If anybody in the chat wants to come prepared to have a good conversation about it tomorrow, I think I'd really like to see where people start to find their breaking point. We talked about me working in an organization where I checked my soul at the door and picked it up on my way back out at the end of the day, right? And so how do we get people to understand that the way you're feeling and the emotions right now that feel heavy, it's okay. You're not being selfish. You're not being disrespectful. You're being respectful to yourself and creating boundaries. And Nicole's got some good stories about how she was able to move past some of her own traumas and, going with no contact and what that looked like. But I'd be really curious, Nicole, what are your thoughts? You think tomorrow we could try kind of pull together a trauma bonding session?
Yeah, I actually really like where you want to take that, especially with the Libra full moon and
Mm-hmm.
talking about relationships and then having the Venus energy. I think it would be a great conversation because, in all honesty, when do we break that bond? And I think a lot of people are getting to a place where they want to break free from their trauma, right? And the reality of it is the only way to truly break free from the trauma is to do the emotional shift.
Because it's all
Quick
emotions, right?
activation. Yep, the quick
Sure.
activation Joe Dispenza even just talked about earlier today, to just kind of shift back into yourself. Oh shit, I lost it because I got excited, and I wanted to explain who did it so that way I can give the right. Oh, is going into your heart place. So if you go back to a trauma situation, right? And then in that trauma situation, what you do is you feel everything that you may be feeling in that moment, but then you go back into your heart center, right? And you go back to a place of love and light, and you just, even, I don't care if it sounds delusional. Our mind doesn't know the difference between what's real and fake. So in reality, you might as well create what's going to help empower you, right? So
Well, that's
doing that shift, identifying it, and then every time, because of our nervous systems, that might show up, coming back to that place of love, heart-centered awareness, and then what happens over time, you recalibrate that feeling, that trauma response, because guys, we are coming out of state of no longer living in survival.
Well, and I think to your point, a lot of people don't realize that we create the trauma based off the way we reacted to a certain event.
Yep.
And so when we can understand that and relate to putting different emotions to what took place, might take some time for your brain to rewire it as you process it. But what we hold on to and what kind of can physically, mentally destroy us, is we hold on to an emotion that we created to a
Our
situation.
response.
We
Yep.
we could have tied something completely different to it. And I think that's why I like being able to say from, in my situation, I went from silence to resilience.
Yes.
In that quiet place, I was able to give myself enough grace to heal and understand who I was, but I wasn't able to connect to who I really was until I looked in deeper and realized there was more to me than just the physical body, that the soul inside of me was looking for some attention and yearning to come out. And until I did that, I was stuck.
Well,
So
and
I'd be
in that
really
experience,
curious.
well, in that experience though too, like that emotional response that you had usually stems from not having that hug, that safety, that somebody be like, "You're okay," when that experience happened, right? So you internalized it. So say when my mother died, I get told that my mother died, and I'm in an experience of emotionally unsafe people or incapable of being a safe space. I internalized, right? Yes, I cried some, honestly, some, but I really just kind of pulled that in. That became my emotional compass, my container that I led with for a long time until I could just now, when I had my breakdown moment a few years ago and got into therapy, had to look at her and say, I got you now, you're safe. We don't have to stay in that experience. We will stay in survival mode until we can comfort, until we can come to a peace and come to a center and release it. That's the only way to transmute it. You can't avoid it. The only way is to face it, feel it, process it, and then create from it. That's the biggest thing, is that it's not just processing, that's the next part. But the final part is what you create from it. Because
Right.
if you don't create from it, it still will just linger.
It just festers.
Right, we're meant to create from our experiences.
There's no meaning tied to it when really that's what this is all about. Is you're here, you're not, life's not living through you, you are living through life. So your lessons need to come forward so that you can share those experiences with people and help them really be able to capture the essence of what tomorrow could look like.
Yeah, you become part of their roadmap.
Yep.
Awesome. With that is exactly 9 o'clock. Oh my God, T. I love the tea that we just did today. Buddha boo. I love it. This was a great time. Guys, we will be back tomorrow, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We look forward to talking about some trauma bonding, what your experiences look like. Feel free to come join the conversation. We would love to know your guys' input. As always, you are alive here today, so your friggin' soul has purpose. So go out there, spark your creativity, and lead with it, especially for these next 30 days. Because, guys, I swear something will shift in you. If you dedicate just friggin' 20 minutes of your time daily to something that really gives you joy, just do it. You do it, and you will see something come of it in these next 30 days. Love and light, guys. T, this was a great conversation. You did great, kid.
Yeah, thanks. Follow the boss.
Yeah, you're right. No, I'm just kidding. Love and light, everybody. Bye. Till next time.
Good night, everybody.